What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster-in-chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with Mono Green, guys. Mono Green. There's still plenty of new stuff to do that I haven't done yet. As you can see, I've been on like a bit of a spree as far as crafting new brews is concerned. But they're not quite ready yet. And so I wanted to just check in on what has been one of the strongest brews over the last year or so. Mono Green, Stompy. And there's two really important new cards from the new set that I think take this deck to a whole new level. I beg your pardon. So without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. One I'm calling Invoke the Stomp. So, it's still a snow deck featuring Blizzard Brawl as the main removal spell. But then some of the other card choices are different. The first new card that is completely replaced Snakeskin Veil in this deck for me is Tamiyo's Safekeeping. Yes, Snakeskin Veil does make your creatures a little bit bigger. Sometimes that's important, but because we have Unnatural Growth, because we have really big tramply guys, we also can flip the Oddity. And we have Ranger class that puts counters on our creatures, and Inscription of Abundance that puts counters on our creatures. I thought it was okay to forgo the +1/+1 counter over indestructibility on top of a little bit of life gain. So this does hexproof, indestructible, and gain 2 life. I think it's pretty fair to say that it's a great replacement for Snakeskin Veil in some decks. In this deck, I think it's definitely better because you can have some of your creatures survive sweepers like Blood on the Snow, like Doomscar. Whereas with Snakeskin Veil, you cannot. So I quite like this addition. For example, you could have, I don't know, Ulvenwald Oddity and an Old Growth Troll in play. They go for the sweeper. You save the Oddity with Tamiyo's Safekeeping. The Old Growth Troll goes to one of your lands. You can get it back as a token, and the next turn you untap with 2 4/4s again after a sweeper. You know. It's pretty nice. In having a little bit of indestructible in green like this is, I think, it's been a while. I was just talking about this in a few videos back. We had Heroic Intervention, which did indestructible and hexproof to all your creatures. It was insane for 2 mana instant. I'm missing something like that still, but this is as good as it gets for now, in green at least. Then the rest of the cards are like very typical mono green up until a point. So the 2 drops, this is nothing new. Ways of getting rid of artifacts and enchantments. I've only gone with 2 Outland Liberators, whereas some people are running like 3 or 4 now because of all the Selesnya enchantments deck. But my reasoning is I've also got 2 Boseijus in the mana base. So that's a total of 4 removal spells for enchantments potentially. It should be enough. We might bring this up to 3. We've got a full playset of Ranger class and the full playset of Werewolf Pack Leader as that little card advantage tag team. Then Old Growth Troll. Of course, it's just such a house. 3 mana, 4/4 with Trample. I'm trying to go for Trample everything, okay? The Outland Liberator doesn't have Trample, but it's and neither does the Wolf token, but this is really for removing artifacts and enchantments. This is just, you know, added value. But the pack leader can get trample when you pay 4 extra, and the other 2 creatures have trample already. And that brings us to our new edition. And I think, you know, the version of this deck that was popular and still is to a certain extent, where instead in the 4-drop slot you have 4 copies of A Seeker's Chariot, and in the 5-drop slot you've got Ren and 7, and the whole thing is to copy the token with the Seeker's Chariot, is cool and was really strong and blah blah blah. But I think people have found ways around it. Like, I haven't lost to that in a while now. I just like have ways of bouncing the token or killing the token Um, and then the Renin 7's other abilities were just completely terrible in the deck. The +1 would just have you like discard, putting stuff into your graveyard that you have no way of getting back in this deck, and you would have much rather have top decked and play it as threats, than have end up in your graveyard, just so that you can get a little bit of extra loyalty, and maybe next turn you can make another one of those tokens. It was a terrible plans. I don't think Renin 7 was supposed to go in mono green. It's supposed to go in some kind of Golgari graveyard thing, or Sultai graveyard deck, and yeah, more on that in another video. But the card that I think just makes way more sense and costs the same amount of mana, especially in mono green, because we it's got 4 green pips in its casting cost, is Invoke the Ancients, which creates 2 4/5 green spirit creature tokens, and for each of them you put your choice of vigilance counter, a reach counter, or a trample counter on it. So I didn't initially think that you could pick 2 of the same. I thought you had to pick like one of each. So I would usually go with like maybe 1 trample, 1 reach, or 1 trample, 1 vigilance, depending on what I needed. But actually you could go both reach, or both trample, or both vigilance if you wanted to, which is fantastic. And it just suits the aggro strategy much better. We're going turn 2 either ranger class or werewolf pack leader, turn 3 old growth troll, turn 4 Ulvenwald Oddity, turn 5 Invoke the Ancients, and then maybe we cast an Unnatural Growth on top of that. We give, depending on the battlefield, we either give the spirits reach if there's like goldspan dragons to deal with, or vigilance if there's whatever. But most of the time, if we're in the beatdown position, it's trample, baby, and then we play an Unnatural Growth, and it's just game over. This becomes an 8/8. They're all more than 8 power. They all have trample. You swing in for the kill, and that's the strat, and it's been working really well for me on the ladder, and it doesn't need to get too complicated with planeswalkers and other 4 drops and learning. It's just a very quick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I hope to prove that to you. So without further blabbing, I don't think I need to add anything else. I've talked about Boseiju, we've got 2 Lair of the Hydras, and then just a bunch of Snowlands. We might slip in a couple of Field of Ruins, as usual, later in the games, depending on how, the matchups go. Ranked, straight up. Now, as usual, at this point in my videos, is when I like to do a tiny bit of self-promotion. So, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, kindly consider doing so. And if you could also like the video and leave a comment, that would be very, very nice. And if you do want to be notified of future daily uploads, the bell icon. Alright. Toasted Toad. 96%er. I think I'll keep this. It holds priority because you can also just have it, just gain 2 life, even if you have no target, which is also quite nice. Oh no, not Selesnya enchantments. Gotta save every Boseiju that we get. Actually, I haven't had this matchup since I brewed the deck. I'm surprised to see. Sure. Portable hold. On my token, I always, when I do that play myself, I always wonder, do I take the ranger class, do I take the... Boom. I think I'm gonna hold up Tamiyo in case he's got borrowed time. Instead of just getting in for 1 extra damage, it's okay. Okay. It's kind of useless. Didn't hit our land. Just terrible. Would have loved to swing in with Oddity. Okay, that's a 1-1. You're getting Blizzard Brawled. Unfortunately, still no land. That's absolutely terrible. Might have to go up 1 land. But I mean, it's lethal next turn, regardless. There it is. It's the only real removal they run for the old growth troll. And we got Boseiju. Could have gone with the Oddity, but I'll just do him this way. Game 1. Mono green. Already getting to show, you know, Tamiyo's Safekeeping. I mean, in that particular, you know, case, Snakeskin Veil would have done the same job, but it's really against like Azorius control that runs a lot of Doomscar, or like some new versions of Orzhov that I've seen that run. I mean, the problem now is Farewell. That card is a problem for aggro decks. Anything that plays white is going to be running at least a couple copies of Farewell, and if you don't get to like, end the game by turn 6, you're looking at having everything exiled. Except for the opponent's Planeswalkers. And then, good luck recovering from that. Yes, third land, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Bane Caladel. This thing is very resilient. It's superbly annoying. I have to discard a card, so I can't even like fight it with something like Blizzard Brawl, you know? Unless he's got an empty hand. Reminds me of what was the card? This game's not gonna go well. Nice. Mono white making a kind of appearance. We're not looking good at all. Nice. This thing's pretty cool. So that is terrible. That is just absolutely terrible against mono green. Like, don't stand a chance against that. And he's restocking his hand. Very nice. Oof. I think I'm just gonna concede. That was not your typical mono white deck. Very nice. Very, very nice. March of Otherworldly Light. What a card. Artifact, creature, enchantment. Exiled. Might be the best of the lot. What are your thoughts? I also really like the black one. Maven 7. Maven. So these 2-land hands non-stop. We've got stuff, so I'm happy. There's that 3rd land, baby. Now we need a 4th land and a 5th land. Oh no. He's probably gonna have removal, so for the token, so at least something stays behind. If you play the pack leader and it gets removed, following turn you have no board presence. At least you get to hang on to the ranger class. Okay, nice, clever. I see what you're doing here. Shall calmly put a stop to that. Okay. Kind of enchantments, but like in a black and white config. Or maybe it's Abzan. He just hasn't gotten any green lands, but I don't think so. I'm worried about Vanishing Verse. So I think the go here is just to play it safe. Nice. Oh, it's nighttime. If we get another Liberator, ooh. Not so
Darkness
nice.
Will swallow. I will cull the weak.
Mono green kind of showing its weakness here a little bit against the new kind of. It's got double threat. See if he makes the treasure or kills the dude, the wolf. Goes for the wolf.
I will.
I had a feeling he would. There's still a way out of this with Unnatural Growth. Interesting. Couple of really like, the meta is in a really good place right now. So if we can get the Edgar to flip into the coffin, but at the same time, okay. It's nice. Another 2 spiders plus the little 1/1. Orzhov tokens is... The wedding announcement arrives now, I'm just gonna be like, ah. Trample is our friend, and at least I don't see any blood on the snow gonna be happening anytime soon. Definitely Meatuk Massacre though. He could like get himself into a condition where Meatuk Massacre his own board and kill us that way. Attack Numa. What is he gonna bring back? Hopefully not to discard. Card draw. I want to keep all my trolls. Thank you very much. There it is. Okay, let's see how he decides to block. I should have put the +1/+1 counter on the old growth troll. In retrospect. Always put it on the trampler. Three, four, five. Because now, if he does have some sort of removal, we don't have a way to save anything.
Subservience will be rewarded.
But if it's Meathook Massacre, it doesn't really help us anyway.
Do what I demand.
Don't play the growth out yet. Get some more trolls going. Comes Vanishing Verse maybe. Right of Oblivion is such an annoying card. Oh my god. Bye bye troll. It's been good.
I will get what I want.
Well, that's fine. At least we can get rid of lols.
A gift in exchange for loyalty.
Another land. Might still do this.
My will cannot be denied.
They didn't seem to have much of the usual deadly dispute kind of stuff happening. Oh, he's floundering, alright. I think it's time to go for the growth.
I will cull the weak.
Maybe not. 2, 3, 4. If we top deck a land, we can play the troll and activate the pack leader's trample. I think that will be the play. We could upgrade our ranger class to level 4. Okay, never mind. Woohoo! Down to 4. I think I got you, dude.
We will. Aren't I generous?
Beating on the Orzhov, baby. Working our way through a loss. I still don't think it's gonna save you.
Come closer, little thing, that I may see you better.
That I may see you better. I don't think that's gonna save you. There's not enough booty on these guys. I'm gonna put my counter on the troll and have it become a. It's gonna be a 8/8, 9/9 trample. There's only 4 toughness in the way, but he's still got a card in hand. He was probably debating, do I think we still got him. And we got the mana to do this. Oh, baby. That feels oh so good. Opponent let us do our thing. Oh, and there was an oddity next turn. Minus 21. On to the next one. Little lucky there wasn't a meat-up massacre there at any point. I was always dreading a sweeper, and we were kind of unable to hold up Tamiyos in the right times. But I still think pretty well navigated. I really want to cast the green Invoke card. There's 4 of them in the deck. We haven't even seen one yet. No, there was one in my hand on game 1, but I didn't get to cast it. Fadayin. Turn to Liberator. It's good. Cool lands, dude. Cool lands. Oh, yay. What could that be? Saw it coming? That's okay. We've just got our 2 big boys in play and we just keep attacking. Hopefully top deck at Tamiyos. Could just be a Demon Bolt though. Yeah, double Demon Bolt. No, double Crush the Weak. And it gets exiled. What? Are you kidding me, mate? That was next level bullshit luck. Like, it's almost as if he planned it. It's a nice little bit of deck building against mono green and like any other aggro deck really. That would have destroyed white as well. Oh wow, it's the mill deck. Okay, we still have a chance. He's playing really well. It's probably a fading hope that he's holding up. Now he's gonna get us to just like all of our, you know, when you're being milled, the typical top deck situation gets all like out of funk. He just like lost 2 really important cards. Lands I don't mind. But he's already at the point at which he can do the thing, you know? Tasha's and a copying spell. Turn 5. That should almost do me in. I mean, I got some pretty pricey cards in the deck, but... I knew it. I have a bad feeling about this. No! No! After larger sections were clear cut to build Tawashi, the once peaceful Jukai forest grew violently hostile to outsiders. Okay, so he's tapped out. At least that. And we can like maybe grow our Werewolf pack leader a little bit if he goes for like a Demon Bolts 4 damage. This would... There we go again. Second Tasha's. I won't survive it. Yay! Milled out. This deck is disgustingly good. Like, it's just, I think it's not seeing as much play just because people feel gross playing it. It's definitely like where it's one of the pivots that Izzet has had since it lost Alrund's Epiphany and, you know, Divide by Zero. They've gone for this mill plan, and all of the rest of the cards are still fantastic, of course. Galvanic Iteration, Expressive Iteration. You just throw in some crabs, a couple of Tashas, a couple of, what's the other one there, with Kicker. And my win rate was like, you know, 55, 56% with it in Mythic. It just feels a bit icky doing it over and over again to people. Tasha's is just so busted. And it's exile. Like, you can't even, you know, get it back from the graveyard or something in some way. It's just bye-bye. Not again, man. Not again, dude. Are you kidding me? This could be the Hullbreaker Horror variant. It's so annoying. This card, so good. Okay. Double mill in a row. Seems legit. Thanks, Matchmaker. This is probably the dual strike. Sorry, bud. Tamiyo's doing what it's supposed to do. And then following it up with a hasty threat is just... We can do lethal next turn, unless he's got another one of these. Otherwise, we can invoke the Ancients if we top deck another land, just so we can actually cast the damn thing. Here comes the Tashas. Will we survive it? Some expensive cards, yes! We made it. Sorry, buddy. I win. Whew. The perfect redeemer for the last game. But, yeah, guys. We've arrived at the 40-minute mark. I think I'm gonna just leave it at that. Definitely didn't get to cast the card though. Let's play one more game. I wanna cast Invoke the Ancients. We can push it to 45 minutes. I got nowhere to go. The Order of Jukai believes that technology is harming the fabric. Anukabria, 97. So, climbing up a little bit again today, testing mono green. It's good. Okay, let's keep that. I have a feeling when we have this many lands, then we top deck like 2 and 3 drops. Hopefully. Never mind. Oh no. Oh no. Have to, like, we got lucky with that last match. Still no blood, like blood on the snow is a thing of the past. Could have Vanishing Verse. When do they not? Yeah, well, I got my wish. We get to cast the spell. So look here, you can pick. I think in this matchup, we'll probably want to go with like Vigilance and Trample. Two more exile effects though, it's just... And probably more Vanishing Verses in hand. Hello, Edgar. Good to see you, my dear fellow. Charming. Now we just need a top deck Boseiju next turn. Freaking styling. Here comes the Necrotic Fumes on my Oddity. And that's our game done. Yeah. Maybe. Never say never, but this is not looking good. The endless value of the Orzhov pile. Trying to get rid of the 1/1s because they're gonna become 2/2s. Brings back to... Yeah, it's game over, man. Good game. All right, ending on a loss. Bit of a disappointment there for me. I you know how much I love ending on a victory, but we have reached the 45-minute mark, and that is going to be it for tonight's video. Mono Green Stompy definitely showing us its strengths, its weaknesses. The new card there, really good in my opinion. Everything I said about it in the introduction holds true. We just didn't quite get to use it to its full potential, but trust me, it's definitely worth its weight in gold. Just those two guys, and then you just give them trample and you play Unnatural Growth. It's so nice. We got to do it with that huge Werewolf pack leader in the one match where it was like a 16 something power and toughness. So yeah, pretty sweet matches. I really enjoyed that. I wouldn't make any changes. The Field of Ruins were not a problem. And Tamiyo really showed us her worth in that one match against the Sweeper, the mill deck. And yeah, that's it. I will see you all tomorrow with some fresh brews. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.